What up? Wade here. All right, so what I'm gonna do next is show you 4 ways that you can upgrade your lifestyle fast. I call it the 4 pillars of lifestyle development. Now, when I say upgrade your lifestyle, I don't mean cruising around on yachts in Saint-Tropez or getting bottle service in Las Vegas. That's what people think sometimes. What I'm talking about is living your ideal lifestyle, which could be different for everyone. It is different for everyone. For you, it might be just spending more free time with your friends and family, having that proper work-life balance, or building a business that runs on autopilot so you don't need to be in the office all the time. You can actually travel when you want to. It's about creating that type of life where you don't need to worry about paying the bills or being around people that you just don't really like, that don't lift you up. Instead, you're reaching your full potential. You're getting ahead. You wake up and you're excited to start your day. So what I'm gonna do next is show you all 4 of these pillars and then the fastest way to get ahead in each area. Let me get a pen here. So the first pillar that we're gonna get into is your work. So most people think that your work, it's about making a lot of money, making tons of cash. It's not really about that. What it's about is what that money gives you, and it's the freedom to live where you want, to do what you want for work, something that you're actually passionate about, and spending your time the way you want to. And when I look around at most people, it's crazy how many people hate their jobs. It's the thing that you're doing the most, 5 days a week at least, sometimes more than that, and they're stuck in a cubicle, they don't have a view of anything, just staring at a gray thing. They've got coworkers that are annoying, creating drama. They've got commutes in the morning and at night. It's just taking up too many hours of the day, and they never have enough free time to hang out with friends and family or go to the gym or have any hobbies. And there's a quote from Warren Buffett. He says, "If you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you're gonna work until you die." I mean, they call it work for a reason, because if you have to be there in a physical office actually doing something to make money, you're never gonna get ahead. There's just not enough time in the day. So if this sounds like you, pay attention, because in the next few minutes, I'm gonna show you how to get out of that hours for dollar mindset for good. And actually recently I was just having lunch with a client, and he was like this before we talked. What happened was he was in the corporate world, he was analyzing tax returns or something like that. And that sounds pretty boring to me, but he actually liked that part of it. That wasn't the issue. The problem is the free time. He never was able to, he wanted to travel more, he wanted to get out, he wanted to work from home a little bit. But what happened was after he learned about these 4 pillars and used some of the techniques I'm going to show you, he started his own personal finance podcast. And within 6 months, he was featured on both CNBC and the Huffington Post, and said he's making an extra $5,000 a month now with the podcast and getting ready to quit his day job. And actually, it's kind of funny because we'll talk about some persuasion skills that he used too. And he used those to negotiate a higher salary at work. And now he said it's harder. He's like, I don't even know if I should quit because I'm making so much money at work too. And so I can't guarantee that after you watch this video, you're going to be immediately able to quit your job and do what you love for the rest of your life. But I will tell you this. I've taught these concepts to thousands of people over the last 10 years. I've traveled to over 43 countries as a life coach, dating coach, and business consultant. And I've seen them work again and again in each of these different areas. So pay attention, because this stuff, it works. So I'm gonna get my little marker back here and get to the second pillar, which is your relationships. I'm just gonna put people. Easier to write there. So remember, the quality of your relationships is directly related to the quality of your life. If you got better friends, you got better people around you, it's gonna lead to you feeling happier. And if you don't like the people around you, you're not gonna be happy with your life. And the problem that a lot of people say is, they go, oh, you know what, I'm an introvert. I just, that's not me. I can't meet new people. I don't know how to do that. And what happens is you settle for the people that you met in college or people that you met at work. But what most people don't realize is you can actually learn this stuff. You can learn how to be more charismatic. You can learn how to be more outgoing and confident, even around super successful people. And so if you don't know my background, I actually started off in 2007 as a dating coach. And I'd have guys pay $2,000 to work with me for a 3-day seminar. And I'd take them out, we'd go out to clubs, we'd go out to bars, I'd have seminar time, and then I'd actually take them out and apply it and make them talk to women. And we did that through building their confidence and then showing them how to be more charismatic and have those social skills. But when I'm talking about people in general here, I'm not just talking about relationships. What I'm saying is there's a step-by-step process that you can use to draw anyone in, have that magnetic personality. And whether that's finding a new mentor, a new business partner, or friends on the same wavelength, it's easy when you know how to do this. And so if you're anything like me growing up, I wasn't taught any of this stuff. I'm here in Chicago now, but I grew up in Wisconsin, And neither of my parents went to college. They didn't really give me a lot of, street smarts. And I was always thought that, you had a certain deck of cards in life and that's it. If you were an introvert, that's how you're going to be. And, I didn't think you could actually change these things, that you could move up. And so I was really taught that success, all that came down to was finding a decent paying job, maybe get 6 figures, buy a house, and start a family. That's basically, southeastern Wisconsin, Midwest America here. And so what happened to me is I went off, I got a little plaque on the wall here from this, is I spent the next 7 years getting a master's degree in microbiology, thinking I was going to become a doctor, and really doing it for all the wrong reasons. And then the same thing happened with my dating life. I was clueless there. My parents, they're still happily married today. They were high school sweethearts. So they met when they were 13 or 14 years old and are still together 30 years later. It's amazing life, but that's not the life that I led, because what happened is I was in high school, and again, I didn't know what to do, so I did the same thing. And I go, okay, my parents were high school sweethearts and they got married. I need to find mine. And so I met this girl when I was 16, and I'm like, here's my wife. And that, we stayed together. We dated for almost 8 years until she broke up with me when I was 24. And at the time, I thought my life, it was completely over. I'm like, oh my God, I dropped out of medical school, I moved back home to my parents' house. I'm thinking, oh, what am I gonna do with my life? But looking back today, that was the best thing that could have happened. That was the time that really changed everything, because it gave me leverage to say, enough is enough. I deserve better. And I'm excited that you're watching this video today, because today could be that day for you, where you finally say, I deserve more. When you stop settling for the status quo and start getting ahead. And I've got a warning, if you're stuck in what I call safety man syndrome, settling for that good life instead of making it great, you need to watch out, because cognitive behavioral therapists, they call this a graduated addiction mindset. Very scientific, but really what it comes down to is the same mindset that drug addicts and alcoholics fall into, which really destroys their lives. What happens is they go, you know what, I'm gonna stop tomorrow. I'll get to it tomorrow. Well, what's one more drink? What's one more day? And one day turns into 10 days, turns into years, turns into ruining your life. So if you feel like you're stuck right now, if you feel like you're on a plateau, or you're like, oh, I procrastinate too much, and you're dreading Monday mornings, living for the weekend, wishing you had more money, wishing you had more free time, or more excitement, you need to stop sitting on the sidelines and get started now, before it's too late. Because if you get in that addiction mindset, sooner or later, it's gonna be too late. And it really all starts with a decision, that today is the day to make a change. And so I hope this video can inspire you, as we keep going through the process here, to make that change today. And so I wish, if I look at my life 12 years ago, when I found out about all this, I didn't have anyone to help me out. My dad, he was going through bankruptcy at the time. So, work here was not doing well for him, much less myself. And so I was completely on my own financially. And I wish I could have one of those stories like, there I was sitting on the couch with $2 in my wallet. But for me, it was actually way worse, because I had all these student loans, medical school and all that. It was over $90,000. And I had no idea how I was going to pay it back, much less just meet the monthly payments. And then when my girlfriend broke up with me, that was the wake-up call to finally take control of my life. And so the first thing I did is I focused on the relationship pillar. And what I did was I searched online for something like how to build more confidence, thinking that that's what women were attracted to, and found out about these boot camps where you could pay a dating coach $2,000 and he'd take you out for a weekend and work on your game with you and see how well you did. And so at the time, like I said, I dropped out of school, so I was painting houses with my dad, making like $15 an hour cash. And so $2,000 was a lot of money. And I was also pretty skeptical. I'd never heard about these things before. I'm thinking, is this really something you can even work on? I still kind of had those limiting beliefs of thinking, is it even possible to work on this? Is it a skill set? But after reading probably every testimonial on the website, I finally said, you know what, screw it. Let's do this. And charge the whole thing on a credit card. And so without getting into all the details, that program did truly change my life, because it not only gave me more confidence, it not only was, huge for my dating life, but it really affected every aspect of my life. Because the biggest thing that I realized is it's really kind of the foundation of everything I teach today. And that is, it's your personality is not your destiny. So let me say that again to really have it sink in, because this is maybe the most important thing in this video, is your personality is not your destiny. You are not dealt a certain deck of cards in life. So if you weren't popular in high school, it doesn't matter. You can learn to be more social. You can learn to be more charismatic. It doesn't matter if, your parents, were lower economic background or something like that. You can learn to be a business owner. You can learn to become an entrepreneur. And once I really, it just empowered me so much. I felt like I had this new superpower to where, especially with the dating thing, going up to go any girl and say, I could talk to her. I started going out nonstop. And what came out of that is, when I took that program, one of the guys that was teaching it ended up becoming a really close friend. And so every time he was teaching programs in Chicago, I went to help him out. And what happened was within a year, I was asked to join their coaching staff and spent the next 5 years traveling to over 40 countries as an executive dating coach. And I've got stories for days about crazy parties in Hungary or getting kicked out of the King's Palace in Norway or deported and banned for a year in Canada. But I want to make sure to get through all 4 of these pillars because these 2, this is where most people end it. And so what we need to do is go a level deeper, and that's focusing on the inner game. I'm just going to do inner for this one. And so this is things like, emotional intelligence, self-esteem, building confidence. And when I started off as a coach, this is something that I figured out really fast is, oh shoot, it's not about just giving them the skill set, the things that they need, the lines or the pickup lines or, how to even make it happen. You have to go in and say, okay, how can I believe that I actually deserve this woman? Because if they didn't believe it, it didn't matter. And then when I started doing business consulting, I'll talk about this in a little bit, what happened was the same thing happened with entrepreneurs, where I go, okay, step by step, here's how to find the right type of customer. Here's the medium to use. Here's, I've helped people even set up their Facebook ads, or okay, let's do the script for what you're gonna say on the phone, all that stuff, but then they hit one tiny little roadblock, and all of a sudden, they give up. They're afraid to fail, or they don't take action. I talk to them 2 weeks later and they still haven't taken action. And it's because the inner game wasn't right. So you have to focus on that as well. And so what I did is I started working with all sorts of different psychotherapists, NLP trainers, people that worked with Tony Robbins, people that have been doing it for 30, 40 years, even hypnosis experts, and really learning the tools of that industry, of that trade, to apply that to dating, to just overall lifestyle, and to business. And that's really when things started to click. Because when you mix that inner game strategy with the outer game, and this is things like knowing how to get motivated fast, ramping up willpower, getting that confidence, building self-esteem, that's what really leads to true personal power. And it puts you in the driver's seat of life. And I'm going to show you in a minute how to do this. But first, if you're going to jump in the driver's seat, you better know where you're going, which is what the 4th and final pillar is all about. I'll write it up here. And this is your purpose, your life purpose. So I got a question for you. You ready? What's the meaning of your life? What were you put on this earth to do? What is your purpose? Okay? So if you can't answer these like fast, if you can't go, oh yeah, here's what I'm put on this earth to do. Here's what my life purpose is. That's what leads to usually a sense of doubt or, a lack of motivation, getting stuck in procrastination because you can't see the path ahead. There's no clear vision for what you want and how what you're doing today, you don't see the connection from where you want to go because you don't even know where you want to go. Or what's worse, some people, they know what they don't want and then they're kind of living life in the rearview mirror. So that's not really ideal either. So how do we find that life's purpose? Well, what most people think this is about is, okay, it's about your career. It's about making a lot of money, but it's more than that. It's about integrating all this together, especially these 2, because that's the thing you're spending the most time doing. And so you want to be passionate. You got to be passionate about your work. And that's what leads to waking up each day. You're excited. Your work has meaning. You're being recognized. And you feel like you're reaching your full potential because you can see how what you're doing today is moving you towards that life's destiny. And it really just leads to this momentum. Like in every area of your life, you feel like you're not just getting by anymore, but you're getting ahead. You have that extra free time. Your bank account, it's growing. You look at your phone and friends are texting you all the time saying, hey, you want to go this cool new thing? You got this cool new thing. You like your friends. They're inspiring you and you're going to the gym and every time you look in the mirror, your body, it's looking better and you just feel great because you know that you're doing what you're put on this earth to do. That's what this purpose is all about. And so for me, the way that I found this is once I started coaching, I was like, oh man, here it is. I found it. I really feel that, having a strong sense of empathy and be able to create an impact, that's what really jazzes me up. And so as I started traveling and, I had the luck of going to all these amazing cities, going to the best nightclubs around the world and getting paid to do it, I felt like it was my dream job. But what happened was really interesting is we talked about a second ago, that hours for dollar mindset, is that for me, what I had to do is I was living out of a suitcase, traveling 300 days a year, and I realized that I still hadn't figured out how to, get out of that, where I had to show up and do something where I had to work on the job to make a living. But what happened is that all changed. I think it was about 2012 when I met this crazy successful internet marketer in Dubai who had shelled out something like $10,000 to work with me as a dating coach for 30 days straight. So we're running around all these clubs in Dubai. And I remember towards the end of the program, he was talking to me. We were sitting at this posh little cafe in the marina overlooking the ocean. It was just unbelievable. And he said something like, he's like, dude, it's like the seminar, it's been awesome, man, but you're just working way too hard for your money. You got to get online. It's like, this is the gold rush of the 21st century, but it's not going to last forever. So I want to help you out. And so long story short, over the next 6 months, what happened was he completely took me under his wing. He helped me on every phase of creating the product, brainstorming, doing the sales copy, how to do the full launch sequence, all that sort of stuff. And it ended up being a huge success. All of a sudden I had more money in my bank account than I'd even made in an entire year up until that point. And we set it up with some recurring monthly membership where I was making an extra 10K a month, passive income. And really for the first time in my life, I was like, okay, now I am truly free. I'm financially free. And I was able to move here into Chicago, this high rise where I got, the great view, as you can kind of see, I guess. I hired a personal trainer, got in the best shape in my life. And the first day I moved in, I actually met my girlfriend, who I've been in with ever since. Just kind of randomly, you go out the first night, I was feeling amazing and just did that pretty well. So it was a good start to my life here in Chicago. And what was interesting was people started to see how my life was changing, and they were asking more and more business questions instead of the dating stuff. They'd be like, yeah, enough about the girls. Tell me how you launched that product and made all that money online. And so what I did is I started doing some consulting work. I started helping other coaches launch products, doing some sales copy, and teaching what I call today the lifestyle development, where it's a mixture of life coaching, inner game, self-development, and then the business and marketing consulting, kind of encapsulating all that, all 4 pillars. And started working with a few clients one-on-one. I called it the Chosen 20 because I was like, okay, 20 people, that's the max I can really give the attention that I want. And that filled up pretty fast to where now there's a few months wait list, starts at $5,000. And a lot of people were like, I can't really afford it. Can you create something more affordable? I was getting emails daily and PMs on social media, Facebook and Instagram saying, can you please make something that is more affordable? And so I did. What I did is I decided to spend the next couple months really breaking down everything that I had learned over my 10 years of coaching, 12 years of my own self-development journey in business, the inner game and dating, the social skills. And what I did is I created a complete 360-degree lifestyle development solution and created a whole new online product, recorded it all, giving you the tools to upgrade every area of your life. And so what I decided to call it was the 4 pillars. And so now we've had hundreds of people go through the program. And right from the start, we realized it was something pretty special because within a week of launching to a small little test group, I already had people sending me emails saying how they're excited about starting new businesses and they're already making money or they're getting promotions at work. People were getting out of depression, finding, their dream mentors and just being more productive. And the best part was it didn't matter what their background was, to whether, some guys were just still in college, people were in the corporate world, other people had multi-million-dollar businesses, men, women, young, old. If it was the first product they'd ever bought online, there was a lot of those people, or if they'd seen every self-development or business product on the market or every book in Amazon, it didn't matter. The 4 pillars process works every time. And so actually, I got a couple examples here. Let me pull up, I got an iPad here. Let me see. So the first example here is from John, who lives in Annapolis, Maryland. So he says, I'm going to the United States Naval Academy. I mean, it's a great school, but nowhere have I found a system like this that gives you the tools you need to be successful in every area of your life. It's the best personal investment I've made in my self-education so far in my life. And I got another one here. This is from Ariel. And so he works at this multi-million-dollar startup in Austin, Texas. And he says, stuff like this, they don't teach this stuff in school. This gives you the shortcut. Instead of learning by trial and error, it's like, dude, you have a plan here. Just follow it and apply it. I'm so glad that you came out with a product like this. It's made such a great impact on my life. It's awesome. And so with this course, the 4 pillars, what it is, it's an entire video library housed inside a private members area. So you get login, access details, and then each video section covers one of these 4 pillars of lifestyle development. And so you can get started right away from the privacy of your own home. Just sit back, relax, hit the play button, and your brain is automatically rewired for success. and you'll have all the tools you need to start living the life you've always wanted but never thought possible. And again, it doesn't matter if you're 60 or 16. If you've been successful before or not, you don't need any prior knowledge or any skills to get started. I've created the 4 pillars so that anyone can use it to live a better lifestyle. So you can use it to quit your dead-end job, or persuade your boss for more vacation time, or get a pay raise, or finally take that idea you've been thinking about for years and turn it into an actual business. And again, I wanted to make the 4 pillars as easy as possible for anyone to get started, so we've made the program super affordable, which is perfect if you're just starting out and you don't have a lot of money right now. And I mean, in the first section alone, the work section, you're gonna have enough ideas to 10x your investment in this course before your next month bills are due. Whether you've got big dreams or you've lost hope, you got issues of procrastination, or you just don't know where to start, this is your guide. The 4 pillars, it gives you a game plan. You'll have a field-tested blueprint for success that's been proven to work time and time again. And trust me, this isn't just some stuff I read in a book. I've been coaching for over 10 years, and I've worked with thousands of clients on every continent around the world except Antarctica, one-on-one, on stage with over 300 people in the audience, and millions more through social media and online, connecting the dots between dating coaching, life coaching, business consulting, and even more advanced coaching techniques like the NLP and the hypnosis, doing whatever it takes to give you that transformation, to create the biggest impact and make the changes stick for good. And that's what makes the 4 pillars so powerful, and why I guarantee it's like nothing you've seen before. You'll learn how to network with high status people, find friends on the same wavelength as you, and build that magnetic personality that naturally draws people in. You'll have an unfair advantage over everyone else, living a life most people can only dream of. You won't have to worry about paying the bills at the end of the month, or counting up your vacation days, saving for months on end for one little measly trip a year. Life, it becomes easy when you have the 4 pillars. Things that used to look like roadblocks turn into opportunities. And it really is the law of attraction in action. And so I want to give you a few more testimonials actually that I got along the way. So the first one is from Luke. This is from Luke from Amsterdam. And he says, I was just a bit bored with my job, but since I joined the program, it made me realize that there's more at my work and I can push it harder. My boss noticed the changes, and within a few weeks, my income was raised and I have so much more potential now. I don't care if you're a fucking noob or a professional, there's so much value in this product. Here's one from Alan, who's from Geneva, Switzerland. He says, I just got out of university and I had my degree, but I didn't have a clear idea of what I wanted to do with my life. With the 4 pillars, now I have a clear vision. I have an action plan of where I want to go, and it really helped me. You really helped me to reach my full potential. And one from Deval, he's an entrepreneur in Denver. He says, I have so much clarity now. It's amazing how much clarity I have, and knowing what's the actionable game plan to where I have to go to get the life that I want. Over the same time, our company doubled in revenue since I started working with Wade. And although I can't attribute all of that to Wade and his products, the tools he teaches were a huge help in us getting there. And so in just a moment, I'm going to show you how you can become the next success story. But first, what I want to do is give you a little preview of what's inside the course. Like I said, the 4 pillars, it's a complete 360-degree lifestyle development solution to help you live the life that you really want. And the first thing that you're going to learn is the lifestyle business formula. And so this is your ticket to the good life. No more waking up early, dealing with that traffic or a long commute, living paycheck to paycheck at a meaningless job. I'm going to show you how to start a business that's in alignment with your life's purpose and how to get out of that hours for dollars mindset for good. And don't worry if you don't have a product or service to sell yet. I'll show you how you can turn almost anything into a thriving business, whether it's going to the gym, reading books, whatever your hobbies are, traveling. I've had clients do this with everything successfully, from breakdancing to hanging out on yachts, doing security details, machine guns. The guy was like a special forces guy, and how to turn that into a business. That was like over 7-figure business. And I'll give you a simple formula that you can use to make sure your business idea is viable, and then it creates the income that you want and the type of lifestyle to make sure that it has the freedom aspect to it too. I'm also going to give you my underground guide to making money online, and this is something that I update all the time, and it's easier now than ever to start an online business. But there's good and bad things to that. The good is that the barrier for entry is super low. Anyone can get started, but it's bad because there's a lot of scammers out there that are trying to sell you stuff that just flat out doesn't work, either ever or definitely not anymore. And so I've seen way too many people take like a social media management course or a life coaching program, and they never actually learn how to get an actual client or make a sale. So then they come to me saying, whoa, what do I do? And so I'm going to show you how to do that. I'm going to show you what's working today. And this is, like I said, I'm constantly updating this and help you find that first paying client or get that first sale as fast as possible. It's going to help you answer questions like, do I need a website? Or should I learn HTML? Or what's the best social media platform for my business or brand? And how do I build a sales funnel that brings me qualified leads on autopilot? We'll get into all that. Next, you're going to learn how to become an elite level networker. And so I'm sure you've heard the quote, you're the average of your 5 closest friends. Well, I prefer your network is your net worth. And it's one of the best lifestyle hacks there is. Surrounding yourself with other people who have the success that you want and getting them to help you reach your goals faster. And I've done this over and over again in my own life. And so imagine your 5 closest friends all having successful businesses in your industry, or VIP access to the hottest clubs, or cutting edge health advice, and being able to call them up at any time you want and get free advice from experts who are emotionally invested in your success. I'm going to show you how to do that step by step, how to find the right person for your specific goals, and then turn that connection into a mentorship or a friendship. I'm even going to give you word-for-word examples of emails and social media messages for how to best to reach out to these people and do it in a way where they want to respond, and they respond, you got a higher conversion rate. And this will be things like Facebook messages, LinkedIn messages, scripts for what to say on the phone, and also what not to do. Because I get dozens of emails every week from people asking for help or asking for, wanting to meet up for a drink or a coffee. And I'm going to show you how almost everyone does this wrong to make sure that you're doing it right. Next, you'll get my Motivation Manifesto. And so this is taken straight from one of our premium products called The Baseline to Success. It's an advanced inner game course. It's going to show you how to crank up your motivation and drive, helping you blast through procrastination and becoming fearless. So whether it's, asking someone out on a first date, writing that book you've always wanted to, or quitting your day job and starting a business full time, once you learn how to use the 2 poles of motivation, you'll have a newfound power to follow through on your goals, no matter what fear, person, or problem gets in your way. You'll also get the purpose clarification process. This is where you find your life's purpose, your destiny, and finding that one thing that truly lights you up, gets you excited to start your day. And then I'll show you how to turn that passion into an income. Doing what you love, making money, that's what true freedom is. Where you're more excited about your work than the weekend. You look forward to Mondays instead of Fridays. That's when you know you've hit the sweet spot. And it just gives you this new level of clarity over your entire life, where you know with certainty that you're doing what you're put on this earth to do. I'm going to show you how to do that inside the course. And of course, I'll also get you out of that hours for dollars mindset for good with cutting edge software and automation tools that you can use to automate your income and live the true virtual lifestyle, live wherever you want. And I remember when I figured this one out for myself, when I achieved it, it was probably one of the best moments. It still is, like a very visual experience for me. I remember my girlfriend was 22, I just met her, and I flew her out to Santorini because I was attending some NLP event in London. In our hotel room, we get to Santorini, and it's on the side of this cliff overlooking the Greek caldera. And I just remember checking my email, and I had just set up this evergreen product launch, and I just had all these payment notifications from people purchasing the course. And I'm thinking, okay, I'm sitting here in paradise with this beautiful girl who I just met, who's 10 years younger than me, and my business is making money without me doing anything. And trust me, it's one of the best feelings in the world, and I'm going to teach you how to do that inside the course. I'm also going to show you how to become a master persuader. Success, it doesn't happen in a vacuum. You need people to help you out. Employees, customers, your boss, friends, mentors, colleagues, your family, and it all comes down to persuasion and influence. Now, most people have no idea how to do this. They think persuasion is about mirroring body language or saying someone's name again and again, and it's going to build trust and rapport or something like that. That's not what this is about. I'm going to show you what really works, and even better, how to do it elegantly, how to communicate more effectively, and get people to want to help you out. And so I've used this strategy for years to get people to work for me free in my business. I've also used it with super successful mentors to get me free advice. You can use it to find rich investors to fund your business, or get your boss to give you more holiday time or a pay raise, or even get your girlfriend or boyfriend to cook a little bit more. And this one, it's super powerful, and it's a lot of fun. But as you always say with the persuasion stuff, please use this only for good. I'm also going to show you a 5-step process to break any bad habit. You can use this on anything, whether it's procrastination issues, hitting the snooze button, biting your nails. It works even better on inner game stuff. So if you want to jump out of getting out of depression, or cutting that negative self-talk that you just can't seem to stop, anxiety, stress, those worries of fear of failure, it's a simple 5-step process that only takes a few times to break any pattern, and then you choose a better response. You also learn about affiliate marketing. And so I have a lot of clients who are making millions of dollars a year doing affiliate marketing, and I'll show you the strengths and pitfalls of this business model. On top of that, you're going to get my unicorn Facebook ad principle. And this is, Facebook ads is one of the fastest ways to scale your business right now. But almost anyone I meet who's just getting started looks at this totally from the wrong way. So I'm going to show you how to advertise your business or brand the right way and give you the exact numbers for what you should expect to pay for an email, what's the best conversion rate for selling a new product or service at different price points, how to create a sales funnel where when you put $1 in, $7 comes out, and create that proper sales funnel. And it's as close to real life alchemy as you can get, where you're just turning your ideas into dollars and having it be able to turn on like autopilot. It's like I said, it's an amazing feeling. I'm also going to show you how to be more assertive. Look, human behavior, it's closer to National Geographic than most people think. And I mean like the chimpanzees fighting and stuff like that. Like humans aren't too far off of that. And so you're really either living by your agenda or you're living by someone else's. Somebody else is pushing you around if you're not pushing back. So I'm going to show you some super cool little ninja negotiation tactics and some psychological triggers that you can use to be more assertive, both social situations as well as in the business context. I'm also going to give you my favorite productivity boosters. So you can get twice as much done in half the time, and how to structure your day to be super efficient. You're also going to learn how to create that proper work-life balance to get rid of the stress and create personal boundaries to not become a workaholic. For example, I don't have email on my phone, and that alone, when I tell people that, they're like, oh my God, this feels so refreshing. And it is, trust me, when you don't get those constant pings all the time. So I'm going to teach you a bunch of little productivity hacks like that. And also how to manage people's expectations and use the empty inbox strategy so you can really do this properly. You're also going to learn about the myths of passive income. And this is something that I get asked about all the time. How do I create passive income? How do I use the internet to create passive income? Well, I'm going to show you why even asking a question like that is really the reason why you're not able to achieve passive income. And I'm going to show you what business models are best for truly automating your income and automating your wealth and building that passive income strategy. You're going to learn how to play credit card roulette. And so this is not a game. And I wasn't even really sure if I should add this to the program, but there are definitely advantages to using credit cards, both for your lifestyle as well as in your business. And all wealthy people that I know do this. And so I'm going to show you how to never pay for flights again or hotels, even if you don't have the perfect credit score. And even more importantly, what not to do, because having debt, it's really like playing with fire. If you don't know what you're doing, you're going to get burned. And so I've been 100 grand in debt 3 times in my life. And that was, whether it was student loans, building the business, or just one time just stupid spending habits. And so I'm going to show you how to not fall into that and instead use strategies that Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos have used for debt and leverage to build 2 of the most successful companies of the last 100 years, and using that leverage properly to build their business as fast as possible. You're also going to learn the couch moving indicator. And so most people, they have a lot of acquaintances, but they don't really have close friends. And they aren't really strategic about how they spend their time and who they spend it with. So I'll show you how to avoid toxic relationships, and then the best way to cut those people off without making things awkward. And then how to build stronger relationships with the friends who support and inspire you to become a better person. You'll learn the difference between arrogance and confidence, and how to make sure you never come across like an asshole, but still being that confident person that doesn't get pushed around and be decisive when meeting new people. You're going to be able to use this in the work setting, whether you're leading a team or with your employees, or even get more respect from your parents and family. On top of that, I'm also going to teach you how to become a micro-influencer. This is a super hot trend right now and something everyone needs to get in on. And I'm going to show you how to apply sneaky little internet marketing tactics to make your online profiles look more successful. So whether you're applying to a new job, whether you're building a business online and you need that persona, or you just want some more followers on your Instagram so you look cooler to your friends, you can use it for any of these different ways. I'm going to show you the fastest way to get your brand highly engaged with your audience and steal strategies from some of the best in the business, like Kim Kardashian and Donald Trump. Whatever you think of him, you can use his strategies to build up your social media. It's going to be sweet. You're also going to learn how to crank up your wealth thermometer. And so most people think the fastest road to wealth is making more money. But that's really only part of the equation. What you need to do is make sure your wealth thermometer isn't broken. And this is why most lottery ticket winners end up broke and worse off years later. And it's why the rich get richer and everyone else just stays the same. And so I'm going to give you multiple free tools that you can use that will automatically raise your wealth thermometer. And that's what's going to lead to less financial stress and more money in your bank account at the end of every month. And finally, I'm going to show you how to make purpose-driven decisions so that you know with certainty when the best time to quit your job is, or break up with your girlfriend or boyfriend, or move away from home. So if you're in your 20s, this is going to set you up perfectly for your 30s. And if you're in your 30s, you're going to know how to best prepare yourself for those peak earning years. And so no matter what age you are, you'll have this overarching scheme and strategy that you can use at each stage of your life that's in alignment with that life's purpose. Okay, so if you made it this far, first off, I want to thank you for watching. You can see the sun is setting in the background, so I'm going to tie this off pretty soon here. And this is obviously something that's important to you because you've made it this far. And I'm sure you can see how powerful this program is. And so I'm sure you're wondering how much the course costs or if it's available right now. And so I'm going to get to that. But first, let me ask you a question. What's this worth to you? What's it worth to you to be living the life of your dreams, where you don't have to worry about paying the bills anymore? You don't have to save for months to take a vacation or ask permission from your boss. And what's it worth to you to know with 100% certainty that you're reaching your full potential? To have so much momentum that you achieve your goals with ease, where whenever you need motivation, you can just turn it on like a light switch, where you stop fighting that subconscious mind, have your inner game working with you. You don't have those issues with procrastination. You don't feel stressed out. And you get what you want. You get things like the universe or the law of attraction or whatever you want to call it. It's doing the hard work for you. Success, it becomes easy. And you'll know how to do that once you're inside the program. And what's it worth to be surrounded with great people all the time, people who inspire you, having millionaire mentors helping you out, doing everything they can to make sure you're successful, and having the power to go up to any person, no matter who they are, and turn that connection into a friendship or relationship. Trust me, it's as close to real life superpower as you can get. And so what's all that worth to you? I've had clients pay me over $10,000 for this sort of material. And because it's my life purpose to really create that impact, have that legacy, and help as many people as possible, I'm going to give you the opportunity to try out the 4 pillars today for a fraction of what it's worth. So look, I'm not going to charge you thousands of dollars for this course. It's not even going to cost $500 or $200. You're not even going to pay $100. When you order today, you'll get instant access to the complete 4-pillar system for just one payment of $67. That's really just over $2 a day for the next 30 days. I mean, most people spend more than that on coffee in a month. And now trust me, I love my bulletproof coffee. I have it every morning and it's amazing. It gets me jazzed up. But if somebody told me all I had to do was skip my morning coffee for the next 30 days and they give me the keys to success in every area of my life, I'd be throwing those damn beams in the dumpster and say, hey, where do I sign up? And I mean, think about how much you spent even on dinner, like, going out. How much did you spend there? Skip one sushi dinner and instead make the best investment you can in life, investing in yourself. So again, don't get me wrong. I love sushi. It's good. Tasty. Tuna. It's great here in Chicago. But once that meal is over, it's over. You can't get it back. Your money's gone. But when you invest in yourself, that's something that you have forever. And I'm really serious about this. Investing in the stock market, real estate, you never know, those things are going to go up or down. But when you invest in yourself, that's an investment that only goes up. And I guarantee it's going to make you smarter, wealthier, and happier. And I remember actually recently I was in Helsinki and probably talking to the wealthiest friend that I have, and his business recently went public on the Stockholm Stock Exchange. And so we were out in the wilderness in Helsinki at this sort of Finnish sauna sitting in a hot tub. And I asked him, I was like, oh, how much do you spend a year on self-development? And he said, as much as I can. That's my Finnish accent. And he was kind of joking around a bit, but he said investing in courses and seminars like this was the biggest reason why he's as successful as he is today. And so I get it. You might not have a lot of extra cash right now, but if you don't get started today, that's never going to change. Don't get stuck in that graduated addiction mindset. The longer you wait, the less likely you are to ever start. And don't be penny wise about this and dollar foolish. Saving, yes, I get it. It's important. We're going to talk about things like with the wealth thermometer, about the right way to save. But saving alone is never going to get you ahead. You have to find ways to get your money to work for you. Things that have the potential to 10x what you pay for them. Not just 1% or 2% where you put it in a bank account, things like that. That's not how you're going to get ahead. And so if I look at my own life, if I wouldn't have invested in that first boot camp, charging it on a credit card, $2,000, when I was only making $15 an hour, I have no idea where I'd be today, but trust me, it wouldn't be here. Actually, I mean, when I was building this business, there were times when I was eating ramen noodles and still investing $500 to work with a coach because I knew that investing in myself would pay back 10x down the road, and it has. And now, of course, I'm not saying your path is going to be the same as mine. This isn't some get-rich-quick scheme. But I will tell you this. The principles you learn in the 4 pillars are the exact same ones that I use to help create the life I'm living today. All right, so I was talking with my team, and I wanted to, spice this up even more, make this a complete no-brainer. And so I've decided to add a couple bonus trainings. These are only for a limited time, and if you add all of them up, it's an additional $597 in value. So the first one, I'm gonna give you the 3I time system, because the only true scarce resource we have is our time. Most people think it's, money is a scarce resource. It's not. And once you start using the 4 pillars and start getting some results, you're gonna see how easy it is to make money. But time, that's something that you only got 24 hours in a day. And so I'm gonna give you the exact time management system I use to build a multi-6-figure business in under a year, all while traveling the world, having lots of fun with friends, and still having free time to go to the gym and other hobbies. And so normally I charge $47 for this, but I'm gonna give it to you as a special bonus because I think it's important. You're also gonna get the cash flow pyramid tool, or CFP tool for short, if I can say that there, because the more success you have, the more opportunities that come along. And this is one of the biggest challenges that people have, successful people, is it leads to overwhelm or really smart people making really stupid decisions because they're taking on too much. So whenever a new opportunity comes up, what you need is a tool. And so I'm gonna use the CFP tool to really fill in the blanks of seeing how the numbers work out. And you're gonna be able to predict with more success which business models or ideas are the most sustainable and viable. And this is for anyone wondering okay, when's the right time to quit my job? The CFP tool, you just put the numbers in, you put a couple things from credit card or bank statements, and you're gonna have a visual readout of exactly, okay, now I know when to make the move. And it also helps find hidden opportunities in your business to increase that profit without doing any extra work. But you only get access to this tool if you purchase the 4 pillars today. I'm also gonna give you all 6 lifestyle types with their blind spot fixes. And so this is a jam-packed action guide to upgrade your inner game. And so we each have all of these different lifestyle types. Usually we're one, but we all have a little bit of each of them. So it's important to go through each of these and really uncover the different mental blind spots and success barriers that we each have that really hold you back from living the life you want and really enjoying it from the inner game side of things. Next, you're also gonna get a membership to my invitation-only networking club. And so this is a private mastermind group with other 4 pillars members, as well as the syndicate, which is our other membership, and our VIP coaching clients. And I've also decided to add a bunch of my closest friends and mentors. So you have this huge group of really successful people that are on the same path as you, a supportive environment to really work with people. I got angel investors in there. Some of my friends are multiple multimillionaires, a bunch of other life coaches and dating coaches, and they're all there in one place to answer your questions, to hold you accountable. Remember, getting other people to help you out is that fastest path to success. It's the fastest life hack there is. And so don't try to reinvent the wheel when you got people who have already done what you needed. You can just go ask them questions and get the success you want even faster. Again, this is a private, invitation only, and so you'll get an invite as part of the 4 Pillars course. And as a final bonus, I'm gonna give you access to a special group coaching call that I host every single month. And so each month you're gonna have the opportunity to join me live on this exclusive video group coaching call. This is your chance to ask me anything, whether it's life advice, help with your business, the exact wording of what to say when meeting a potential mentor or a client or a lead magnet, sales copy, any question you might have about the 4 pillars material, doesn't matter. You can't even really get access to me like this any other way, unless you're a private client, which, like I said, has a 2-month wait list and it costs $5,000 to get started. But all you gotta do is jump on that call and I'll be there live, ready to help out. And so this is part of our syndicate membership, a VIP group that takes your learning to the next level. And so as a 4 Pillars customer, you get access to everything as part of a free trial, so you can come talk to me live. And what also this includes is another video vault of over 50 hours of these success blueprints that cover everything from stress management to advanced persuasion tactics and every dating course I've ever created. And so you can try that out. It's part of a 14-day free trial. And if you want to stay in, it's just a monthly billing thing that you can stay in, but the choice is yours. We never have any sort of tricky billing or anything like that. So, okay, I think that's all the bonuses. Like I said, it's getting darker and darker outside. And so I hope you can see now why this is a complete 360-degree lifestyle development solution. That's why I called it that. And you get the 4 pillars, all the bonuses, the 3-at-time system, the cash flow pyramid tool, the 6 different lifestyle types, and the VIP access to the syndicate, a lot of stuff. I can't even remember it all. And that's over $597 for only one payment of $67. I've spent a decade coaching and refining these strategies to help people like you upgrade every area of their life. And this is the first time I've really distilled it all down into an affordable, easy access training. And so if you're still watching this, the course is still available at this price, but it's not going to be forever. And if you've been following me for a while, you know that when I close these offers off, they're closed for good. Recently, when I was relaunching the baseline course, I said, okay, it's going to be open for 5 days and I'm only going to accept 50 people. And then, when we got 50 people, I closed it off and people were angry. And I said, hey, I told you this is how things work. And so if you want to get this course, get on it now while you still can. Don't miss out. If you're in your 20s or your early 30s, this is the ideal time to set your life up for the rest of your life. And this is one of those important decisions where you look back and I guarantee you're going to say, whoa, that's when things changed. So don't let opportunities like this pass you by. Don't let life pass you by. If you want more out of life, click the button below and claim your spot today. I also want you to know that the 4 pillars, it's backed by our 90-day, no questions asked, money-back guarantee that gives you an entire fiscal quarter, a full 3 months to try out the course and apply what you learn. And if you don't see tangible change in your life, if you aren't making more money, if you aren't building a bigger social circle, if you don't have more friends on the same wavelength, if you aren't more confident, more decisive, or more fulfilled, if you don't have people saying, I don't know what's different about you, but something's changed, all you got to do is shoot me an email and I'll give you a fast and courteous refund. No questions asked, no hoops to jump through. And I know some people could take advantage of this and watch the whole thing, get all the secrets and then ask for a refund, but I don't care. That's not who this is for. My goal, as I said, my life's purpose is to leave this world a better place and create that legacy. And I know that once you go through the 4 pillars and you see the material and it actually changes your life, you're never going to look back and question your decision. Trust me. Let me show you I walk the talk. I do it in my own life. I do it with my coaching. I've got people paying me 10 grand a year for these concepts. And I've seen them work over and over again. And I know they're going to work for you. I guarantee they're going to work for you. And all you got to do is click that add to cart button below and follow the simple steps from there. Okay, so this is it. Right now you've got a very important decision to make. And this is the type of decision that could be a game changer. Financially, socially, psychology, even spiritually. And what it comes down to is this. You can choose to keep playing it safe, settling for that average life, stuck in that safety man syndrome, just hoping things are going to change, hoping someone comes along or you get lucky and you're going to get put on. Or what you can do is take action. You can click that button below and gain access to the 4 Pillars course today. You can start making a change, get that complete 360-degree solution. Your bank account, it's getting ahead. You're doing what you love. Your social life, surrounding yourself with amazing people and inspiring them to achieve more. Upgrading your inner game and finding your life's purpose, giving you that clarity, feeling fulfilled, excited to get out of bed in the morning. But you need to get on this now because this offer is only available for a limited time. And look, I don't know how you came across me, but I believe things happen for a reason. And the fact that you're here, you've made it to this video, you've watched the entire thing, there's more out of life than you're currently living. And so don't settle for anything less than the best. It doesn't matter who you were before today. When you do what hundreds have done just like yourself and join the 4 Pillars program, your life is going to change for the better. And again, it's 100% backed by my 90-day money-back guarantee, so you literally have nothing to lose. Just click the button below and enter your information on our secure 256-bit SSL encrypted checkout page. It's 100% confidential, and you'll gain instant access to the private members area. Okay, so I can't wait to see you on the inside because I know this moment is going to be one of those game changer moments. In the same way when my girlfriend broke up with me and I decided that enough is enough. I deserve more. You deserve more too. It's time to stop struggling. It's time to not settle for anything less than the best. Right now, everything is about to change. And when it does, definitely shoot me an email. I'd love to hear your success story. Okay. Thanks for watching. I'm off to get some dinner, and I'll see you on the inside. As always, enjoy.